Hello. Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. I am known as Autumn around here, and it's Friday, and if you were here, I'd be getting you whatever you'd like. Coffee, tea, fancy drinks, cocoa, whatever you'd like. That's what I would like to make. But anyway, so I can't offer you directly, so we're doing this. We're going to do this. All right. We have got so much to cover today, and it's just crazy town. It is absolutely crazy town. It's like I hardly know where to start. I woke up this morning to messages on Messenger that just about Gaetz, about what this moron has done, about you name, oh my gosh. Steve, on a scale from 0 to 0, what chance does Giuliani's son have of becoming governor of New York? I read on that day before yesterday or something like that. So if you just do a search on the main channel page, it'll come up. But yeah, it was kind of on a scale from 0 to 0. I'd say that was fair. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, oh my gosh. Okay, so Ian, hi Autumn, and everyone finally got my name back. Oh, good. All right, so I wake up and there's a message. Okay. Social media is wild this morning. That's the message. Hey, Wendy. I feel, this is the message. Social media is wild this morning. I feel like 3 news cycles have happened in the last 12 hours. Prince Philip has passed. DMX did, then didn't, then maybe has passed. And now we know he has at 50. Bless him, bless his family. Gaetz gets more gross. Gwen Stefani is still obsessed with high school. And apparently the person who was sending me messages was in a hurry to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier because apparently it is a really good episode, and after watching it, she told me that she can't tell me anything without spoilers. So, Holly, blame it on Pluto. Oh, is it the Pluto Saturn thing? But anyway, so of course I sent back this meme because this was the first. I picked up my phone and I was like, what? I didn't even have my glasses on yet. So yeah. So Gaetz, in his infinite stupidity, he used Venmo to pay for prostitutes. Venmo. If anybody doesn't know, because I was like, wait, because of course, remember, I just woke up, and at this point, I'm trying to get my glasses on. Gaetz used Venmo to pay. I was like, is that Zelle? Is that like Zelle? And she said, and Apple Pay, but there's literally memos in the comments. In Venmo, you leave a note for what it's for, and it has a feed, so you can see what your friends paid for. For instance, and and you can see what your friends wrote in the memo, what they paid for. Some people I know, some I don't, but you can scroll and be nosy. Imagine the audacity of a blank blank who Venmos for possibly trafficked, possibly underage, and uses the memo section to say the specific name of it was the name this person uses, but puts in the name of the person who turned 18 5 months ago. Oh, nay, but was it just the one? Oh, nay, nay. There were three. There were three. He Venmoed $900. 900 to Joel Greenberg. Yes, the man with the dozens of you should not be there, you should be here, with literally dozens of felony charges against him. Almost immediately after that, Joel sent the exact same amount of money to 3 girls, one of whom, literally, the one named, had turned 18 5 months earlier. And he also put in the memos that the money was for tuition, school, and school. Someone, my friend was saying, this is straight up Messiah complex level garbage. He thought he had the power of the orange one behind him, and that Trump would still be in office to cover his rear end. And from what folks are saying online, this isn't even the worst of it. So I said, well, I'm off to watch the news or look around. And she suggested, bring salt and sage. Okay, so we're starting with Gaetz. Well, even let's for just for the sake of a moment, just hypothetically, let's assume they were all at least 18. The woman with the name that you put in the name, do you know what she does now? Do you know what our representative in Congress is now has inspired her to do? To build a better future, to make something of herself, to contribute to society. She's now a porn star. Because our representatives are role models. They care about other people. They care about... My head's going to explode. All right, so we're starting with Gaetz. Only thing is I'm not entirely sure how to ask this because I've got to... oh, that's Alfie singing this song with people. Because he can. All right, the Gaetz Venmo. Okay. I try to keep this. I try to keep this channel clean, but so is Gaetz going to be arrested and convicted of soliciting prostitution? I don't have any other way to I try to keep a clean channel, but I'm reading on politicians and so. And then we can look at the disgusting, and not that that wasn't disgusting enough. And as far as I'm not trying to, I want to make this clear up front. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to shame anybody. I understand that there are people in some pretty desperate circumstances who put themselves out there physically. I understand that. And there is a tiny percentage of people who they're okay with it. They're in power. That is they're fine with it. They've made a conscious adult choice, and the grossness of it, they're okay with it. But that is such a tiny fraction. And the vast majority of the people, the women and men in that situation, are being horribly abused, if not trafficked, if is enslaved. And I've always felt that it's the Johns who should. There should be big legal problems for the Johns, not the women. Anyway, especially the leaders of our society. So, number one, is Gaetz going to be arrested and convicted of soliciting prostitution? Were any of them underage is number two. And my stomach already hurts. Yeah, so I'm just going to start right now with this particular, and I think I think actually that's a good idea. Well, let me see what I get. I might do a larger reading, but let's see. Thank you, Fi. Sherry, in our city, they put their picture up on the billboards. It stopped a bunch. Good. Oh, thank you, Melissa. I could use the white light on this one. All right. Gaetz, well, I don't have to allege this. You scumbag. That's not alleged. We know he's a scumbag. Calibri Fi, let's find another word for John. Let's say customer. My name is John. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, making a note. Well, I don't know. Customer, I don't think is going to cut it. I think it needs to be something. It isn't even accomplice. It isn't even co-conspirator. No, I mean, I'm trying to think of the word for it. They're breaking the law and they're corrupting others. And anyway, Gaetz, you scumbag. Is Matt Gaetz going to be arrested and convicted of soliciting prostitution? Look, you know how I already feel about this. I've just been talking about it for 10 minutes, but the energy is, oh yeah. Perpetrator, I think is a good one. Perpetrator, lech, as be third eye. Predator, yeah. Perpetrator and If it's this, it's a perpetrator. If it's the underage, it's a predator. Hello, Marby. That's illegal trafficking. Legal matters, swords. Moving woman and oh, yeah, it was a party. Very young women. Hello, sweetheart. How are you doing, Pumpkin? You doing okay? Oh, he's a good boy. Yes, he's a good boy. Can't see you very well, but he's a good boy. This is all the really nasty stuff he did. And he went to Trump. So again, I get the, you know how often I get this. It's like, this is the story. It's like, okay, we're on the right track, but I want to know what's going to happen. And then it's like, oh, you want what's going? Oh, okay. And what happens after that? All right. Susie, unless it's underage or trafficking, it's fine. He'll stay in office. Let's look at that too. It's illegal. It's illegal. And even if you get a slap on the wrist, you're being plastered all over that. Yes, you've hired multiple prostitutes. Multiple prostitutes. That's not okay. You don't care about the law. You don't care about people. You don't care about about people who are in extremely vulnerable, dangerous situations. You're just a perpetrator. Dave, a loaded Celtic would help automate. It might, but I want to ask a few of these straight up first. All right. His career's toast, dead in the water. I mean, like, it feels like, you know, a holy water on his career, because give it last rites. That's no question there. There's also, oh, here we go. Part of what they're talking about is a real possibility. He was using campaign funds to do this. And this feels like, what do you mean he doesn't have enough money? He has lots of money. And he's from a wealthy family. His father, Don Gaetz, but it's like not enough money. But that feels like him. It doesn't feel like giving money to somebody. It's this big pile of money here. It's like, why should I spend mine? The miser who holds on to their own money. Yeah. Oh yeah, he wanted Trump to give him a pardon, to save him from this. He's always expecting somebody else to save him. This feels like a lot of, this feels like angry voters. See, Torino, Nancy is not happy. I would imagine not. And there is Trump. He went to Trump, but actually, I wonder if this is, if this is it's going to affect more people. But this feels like a lot of angry voters, and not just women, but especially women who have had enough of this. And it's like, we could get real people in there who care about other people. So is he going to get any jail time for prostitution? This is where we are. This is where we are as a country. Now we're still talking about Gaetz. We can always get to Trump later. Are you going to serve time for your grossness? Please don't gross up my cards. Yes. This is not my investigator card. This is my prosecutor card for both partying with women, and I am not liking that this card is there too. Because that's the next question. I completely forgot what time I started. It doesn't matter. 21:30 did Gaetz pay for a sleepover with someone who was underage? Will he get arrested and prosecuted for basically hiring an underage prostitute? I'm so scum of the earth. It's legal stuff, but it's almost like he just, it's like his criminality. It's like, here, look at my criminality. Look at the laws I've broken. Look at how cool I am. And Trump, this is my card I get for Trump, young Trump, how Trump sees himself, also Trump the bully, but how Trump sees himself even with the hair. But this is, look at my criminality. Barbara, I agree. This is horrific. And everybody's seeing the way he trotted out there. And these ones, and this when I'm reading on this particular topic, yes, they are symbolic. Oh, look. Oh, he had so much. Look at my conquests. This keeps coming up. This is I think this is part of something bigger. Right there. The suggestion you guys had that, will he flip on others? 24:30. Okay, it's flip on others. Thank you, Marby. Thank you. Appreciate that. Unbelievable. Because it's completely believable. Will Gaetz flip on others? Yes. You know, so I mentioned it was symbolic. Well, you feel beaten up because of what you've done with your wand, but then you can go, well, there are all these other wands. They're grossing up my cards, and that's the least of what they've done. The very, very least of what they've done. This energy is disgusting. It is so awful, and I would seriously be so nauseous right now if I wasn't so angry. So if you're wondering why I'm staying so annoyed and I'm not trying to calm myself down, is because I will be nauseous anyway. Yeah, hide things, bad decisions. Bad decision. Oh, disappointment? Really? You don't say. This is my card of trafficking. This lover's card, trafficking. Disappointment. He made bad decisions. Oh, he got caught for doing this. So there's a real chance he'll flip. We'll very quickly look at if he's going to stay in office, but I think we need to look at the bigger picture. And I'm sorry I'm not taking your questions, but will he stay in office? Will this slime bag stay in office? Renee, who raised these demons? Yeah, that's a thing. Thank you, Pamela. But yeah, it's like, oh, I bet your mother's really proud of you today. Thank you, Ian. I think the word is livid. That feels like campaign funds. That feels like campaign funds. This guy's going to jail. I'm sorry. This guy is going to. That's what it feels like. Entertainment only. What do I know? But man, this feels like it. That's investigators. This is a bigger deal. This is a bigger party deal. Big, many, a lot of women, a lot of wands. People who I got this before. He's in too much trouble to stay in office. He really is. It just is. Will he be? I'm just going to put A and C. No, yes, arrested and convicted. A and C for campaign finance violations and fraud, or whatever they want to put that as. 2830. Jazzy Sophie, my mother-in-law was an angel. She raised a son who turned into a monster. No fault of his mother. Oh, I'm not saying whose fault it is, although I think the father has quite a bit to do with it for the enabling. But what I'm saying is, to Gaetz, is your mother proud of you today? Really? John, I don't want him to just move on. I want him in jail. Oh, he's out. I'm not. I do not believe for a second this guy is going to avoid prison. I don't. Oh, nay. All right, you big jerk. You selfish, self-centered predator. Are you going to be arrested? And is Matt Gaetz going to be arrested and convicted of campaign finance violations and fraud? Or basically, using campaign money to pay for this. Thank you, Chris. Kristen from Uncover the News just in. President Biden to sign an executive order creating the, quote, Presidential Commission on the Supreme Court of the United States. I wonder what that's about. Teresa's saying Daddy will buy him freedom. I honestly think he's expecting it, though. And I've been getting pictures, mental images, pictures of him sobbing, but sobbing the way a toddler sobs, where if you just get upset enough, if you are just blubbering, crying, coughing, because you've been crying and crying and crying and crying and crying and crying, that eventually your parents relent and they will fix whatever it is. That's what it feels like. Okay, I've got an Eight of Swords. That could be women who are essentially in bondage, or it could be Gaetz being arrested. Let's see. Trafficking card again. Yeah, the picture of the happy family. DOJ is coming for you, son. Oh, the DOJ is coming for you. This is Biden. This is the Biden administration. This is the DOJ. Biden's DOJ. For legal decisions. This garbage about the happy family. Let's ask, oh no, I missed it, Jean. Becca was reading, Becca from House of Lenormand was reading on Gaetz last night. She said her head was hurting. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I was just seeing all this stuff in the chat. It's just suddenly everything, all this grossness just came out. Is he going to spend a short amount of time in prison, Matt Gaetz, or a long time in prison? Prison, short stay, / club fed, or a long sentence. $33.30. All right, Matt Gaetz going to prison. A short stay? Going to club fed, or is it going to be a long prison sentence? You are done. You're done. As a culture, we're not going to put up with this like we used to. I'm not saying it's all going to be rainbows and puppy dogs, but I'm saying that the culture, major changes. Major changes have happened and are happening. Family dynasty, sitting pretty. This is all privilege. You did the thing waiting for the sentence to come back. Temperance. Temperate, because temperate, so it's shorter, but I've got a high priestess. Secrets. Revealing secrets. He doesn't get as much of a sentence because of who he turns on. So 3530. Does Gaetz expose? Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, but back a while ago, I had a mental image of something hitting. It was specifically, I got a mental image of the Senate, but it doesn't matter. It was one of the houses of Congress, and it was like something like a bolt of lightning or something, and it created this massive crack in the floor right down the middle of the room. And the Democrats felt like they were standing fair, or a decent amount back, but the Republicans were right there, and the whole floor just, it cracked open, and it was a whole, it was like, and also I kept having a mental image of a depth charge hitting the water, and so it's just a matter of letting it sink to the right level before it explodes. Is this it? Does Gaetz flip and it leads to a political, what's a good word? What's the need? What's the best way to put this? Does Gaetz flip and leads to it's basically politicians being arrested en masse kind of thing. Leads to many high name politicians fall. Not sure how to. Politicians fall. Okay, let's have a look at that. Political bloodbath. Unmasking, takedown. Thank you. Apocalypse. Does Gaetz flip? Or does it take down a bunch of high-level politicians, like names we might know? Because if you think about it, this is not a man who takes responsibility. He doesn't face consequences. He goes and cries to daddy if every time he's arrested. Uncover the news. You are on it. Matt Gaetz is lawyered up. What to know about his defense team? They should have come on sooner and told him to be quiet. All right, so is Gaetz going to flip and bring down? That is my card of evidence. That is a Republican walking away after. There's much evidence there, and this is an eclipse. This is a big, important point. All right, that's a card for the reading. Let's see what it says. Party. Again, this is the card of flipping on other wands and doing the thing. Oh, burden of much things, many things, many things, and those people being strung up by their heels, politically or legally. Open the floodgates. I love that. I'm so sorry. I wish I knew how to properly pronounce her name. Lashe Haradze? I'm sorry. I wish I knew. But yeah, open the floodgates. All right. John is saying Gaetz got a lawyer specializing in sleazy predators. No. Oh, Sydney is my name. Okay. Sydney. Hang on, I've got to make a note of this because you guys are kind enough to show up. I want to get this right. Sydney. Okay, Sydney. Thank you. All right. Holly, one of Gaetz's lawyers as much as said he's guilty. La Shaher Azad. Well, thank you, Mims. All right. Diving into this. So I'm actually going to do a quick overloaded overview to get a sense. I think it's important. We're at 42. And so you know, at 2 o'clock, so after this, and I can try to get the timestamping in as quickly as possible, I am co-hosting over on Celtic Tarot Sheila's channel. Dr. Whimsy is out of town, I guess, and I've been asked to fill in as co-host. So I will be over there right after this. So I'm here at noon, or I was here at noon, 2 o'clock Central Time. I'll be over on Sheila, Celtic Tarot Sheila's channel, and at 4 p.m. Central Time, I will be on Book Art Media for 2 or 3 writing sprints working on my book, which we do as a group. Okay. All right, I've shuffled. Overloaded this whole Gaetz mess. Gaetz maybe going to prison, him flipping on others. He takes no responsibility for anything. He's not going to start now. Protect them for what? Seriously, why would he protect anybody else? And this with Gaetz. All right. Let's see if I can zip through this. Gaetz's wand. Ugh. Actually, I'm going to just turn that over. In the past, yeah, you Venmo'd, you moron. Center of the reading, Sword of Truth, thank heavens. Above, the energy above, insult to injury. Oh, and the devil. That's hanging above the reading. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Base of the reading, Daddy's money in the establishment that has been protecting him. That is perfect. The truth is cutting through the middle between what he's been doing and his father who has been protecting him. That couldn't be clearer. All right, near future 1 and 2. Near future 1. working, trying to, this is PR strategies, this is get lawyers going, this is cover up, this is blah, 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 blah. Okay, near future 2. More's coming out. Entertainment only. What do I know? Just reading cards on YouTube. More's coming out about let's say those are not aged people. They're not this is not a card of people who are getting gray hair. Let's say that. Home environment. Oh, parents are rallying around him, families rallying around him. We've got you, son. We've got you. We don't care that you're a monster. You're our monster. Then again, we don't know what they do in their spare time. Anyway. Hopes and fears. The fear is that this suddenly becomes, if this comes under, well, I mean, Bill Barr started this investigation under Trump. So, but they're going to try to blame the Biden DOJ, but hoping to get away with what's been happening and also blame them and on, pretend people aren't paying attention. What other people see, a bunch of spoiled people with way too much money and no ethics. And I'm not saying all Queen of Pentacles or all Pentacle court sides, they don't have ethics, but money corrupting absolutely thing. The challenge, yeah, that's his challenge right now. It's a tower. Yeah. All right, final outcome 1, 2, and 3. Oh, he's going to just keep blathering on. I'm trying to protect myself. Also, people trying to protect themselves for what they've done. Going after him, threatening him to keep quiet, or whoever else. So that's unpleasant. I've got a sun card here. Things coming to light, but and on the defensive. On the defensive against the other disgusting human beings who were a part of this. I think Gaetz right now, the best he can hope for right now is that seriously, the fact that Prince Philip died today is probably the closest thing to a gift that Matt Gaetz is going to get, because they're not the news media isn't talking about him 24/7. Polly Wanda, will 2021 be the year of legal trials? A new American pastime. What I'm thinking that probably this is going to be the year of indictments, and it's 2022 that's going to be the year of trials. So. Is Trump going to get pulled into this mess legally? Trump pulled into Gaetz-ish legal jeopardy. I'm not good with the words today, but 50. Will Trump get pulled into Gaetz-ish, this type of legal jeopardy? And it can, may or may not be with older or younger people, but prostitution's still illegal. Still illegal. Pamela Autumn, I would like the malt on the right side of your screen, please. This? I'll bring it right over. I would if I could. Okay, I need to ask is... Oh dear. You have a point. Before we... 5130. We'll go back to the Trump thing in a second. Will Gaetz pass on early? What we would consider early. Will Gaetz crossover, pass early, leave the earth, buy the farm, legal decisions, well, he has his family's support. He is a blubbering child, but if it feels like if he tried to do something, it would be the equivalent, like I said earlier, of the toddler screaming and screaming. I'll scream and scream and scream until I'm sick. And basically they would put him in a hospital. But it's this is that bigger plan, ending that bigger plan, and that's what's important. The whole setup. Now we'll look at Trump. Yay. 5330. All right, is Trump going to be pulled into all of this Gaetz-ish type mess? These people are so awful. So, Trump, do you have one more thing to worry about today? As you swan around Mar-a-Lago, which shouldn't be happening because you should have already been arrested, but here we are. Oh, so many legal swords in Trump's back. Oh, so many. There's a possibility. The sun comes out, goes away, comes back. I get completely whited out, but I move back a little bit, you can almost see my features. This is the whole evangelical thing, and he was lying the whole time. I mean, you'd have to be dense to think that he was actually doing anything other than making evangelicals look bad, poisoning that well. This is that card I've been getting for the many wands and that burden. And these are the same cards of being on the defense from other wands who took part. And again, I don't like this card being here. I do not like this card being here. These are not gray-haired people. He has so many legal. Tell me more about Trump. Are people really going to start flipping on Trump for this? It's not like I wouldn't see. And there's always this part of me, even now, there is this little part of me that's like, oh, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt because it's just my nature. And that's like, but we're talking about Trump. He is completely capable of doing this. Completely. Okay, calm now. Ish. Rise of women who've had enough of this garbage. Women who are moving into office. Women who are stepping up. Howling at the moon. He does what he wants. He has secrets. He's made bad decisions in the past. That's a chunk of money. I think it's the money stuff that's going to bring Trump down. I'm not saying he didn't take part in, or at least be on the periphery or know about stuff, but it's the money that takes Trump down. Okay. Fair enough. So, Desrat, picturing Boo Boo's and Kitty and Pumpkin sitting at the bar with milkshakes. Boo Boo would definitely go to town on that. Alfie wouldn't. I hope you can. This is getting crazy. You can't. Everything's whited out. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I've got to turn this down again. Sorry about that. Best I could do. I couldn't make it perfect, but I was able to make it a tiny bit better. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to see here because I've just done 10 readings straight through, but let me see what else. Seeing what else. Will this open MAGA women's eyes at all? Okay, let's look at that. Eyes at all. Okay, we'll have a look at that. Do not feel sorry for idiots. I know. I know. Really? Really? Anyway. Oh, Mims, hi to your beautiful kitty boys, Autumn. Oh, thank you. Mims will, moderating Sheila's. Okay. And Kristen, pro-Trump scam pack operator hit with wire fraud charge. Okay. The lamp. I don't think it's adjusting based on the lamp. That's an idea. Appreciate that. More Eddie? I don't know what that is. It's fine. Thank you. Okay, he's hired prominent New York lawyers. And just seeing if there's anything else. Oh, thank you. Well, let's look at with 102. 02. Will this open MAGA women's? Will it open MAGA eyes at all? Will this kind of garbage stuff coming out, will it open MAGA eyes at all? If it turns out that this whole Q thing about the P word, now I'm going to get nauseous if it turns out a whole bunch of Republicans yeah, your tax breaks are worth that, huh? Oh, that's a tower card. Working to try to pay no attention, to make people say, no, pay no attention to that gargantuan tower being hit by lightning. No, oh, nay, pay no attention. That's a theft card right in the middle, basically law breaking. A lot coming out, a lot. And just slamming, just beating the heck out of the institution of government, of Congress, of... Okay, I think this is going to turn... All the cards are saying... Chris, Gaetz' lawyer kind of inferred that other people should be scared. Chris, I think you've got a point, because all the cards here are saying this is part of a big scandal that's coming. See, and for a long time I was like, oh, I don't want to jump to conclusions. I don't want to, you know me. I always want to give people the benefit of the doubt, even when I shouldn't. I want to find the silver lining. I want to in a catastrophe, I want to look for the helpers. I want to say things are going to be okay. Something will be okay. But these cards, they haven't been good before, and today they are just awful. Oh, yes, please do. Please pray for Linda G's nephew. He's in the hospital. That was so sad, and I really did stop and pray. Linda G's nephew. I hope you recover fully. Poor thing. Anyway, that was cute. That's because we still have a soul, says Book Bewitched. I understand. Polly One is saying if Trump grew a hair for every lie, he'd look like Cousin It. And is it terrible of me that I'm going to say there are two T's in Cousin It? I'm pretty sure there are two T's in Cousin It's name. love the Addams Family. Anyway. Will Florida turn blue in 22 as a result? Will Florida turn blue 22 as a result? 105 30. Will Florida turn blue in 22 as a result? Chewbacca's probably wanted. Chris, there are. Oh, okay, good. Well, Lady Life, thank you so much. Thank you. Florida man takes down the Republican Party. How epic would that be? We have intermittent cloud cover, and now it's going dark again. It's going to be this kind of day. No. I'm slowly improving. The internet's better. I just have to fix the lighting. Florida. People out in the cold. That's the Republican establishment with people out in the cold. They have policies. The Republicans haven't done much for the voters lately, with all of this people talking about it, all of this stuff coming out, That's a start. That's change. It's not. It's not a 10, but it is awfully big. That is awfully big. I get cups for the Democrats, and that's an awfully big card. I think there's chance. Grandma Rose, Florida means flowered in Spanish. Oh, I did not know that. I'm completely ignorant when it comes to Spanish. I'm afraid to say. It's turning purple. Headline on the damage report. Matt Gaetz dug his own grave on Venmo. He's so awful. All right. Well, what else was in the news? Prince Philip. People were asking how the Queen's going to be. So we gotta go look at the Queen. I did notice someone in the chat was saying that Fox News is saying that Meghan Markle contributed to Prince Philip's death. Snuffed out in the prime of life at 99. Queen's 94. Yeah. I have mixed feelings about Queen Elizabeth. I think if, you know how I always say because I read on politicians, the bar is set at if I was stuck in an elevator alone with this person for an hour, would I be scared for my own safety? Or would that be awful? She's not a predator. She's learned a lot. She isn't as rigid as she was several decades ago, but that's a matter of degrees. She's not all bad. It's just, anyway. Pomp and circumstance. You talk about a family dynasty. Tempered. She is going to grieve. She's going to be okay. She's going to be okay. But this is a card of, by the way, of legal decisions, and that is a card of retirement. Vacation or retirement. So we'll have to look to see if we'll have to look sometime to see Charles if it's looking any more positive for him to become king, because anyway, yeah, exactly. Oh, for goodness sakes, how could Meghan Markle be responsible for Prince Philip's death? Because it's Fox News. Ignore the news part of that name. Kashmir, am I the only American not fascinated with the royals? I am not fascinated by them, but I was married to an Englishman for 20 years, so I know more about what's at least gone on over there. I don't know what not currently, but yeah. But you know, I didn't watch the wedding. I didn't the whole Meghan Markle thing. I don't care. But anyway. All right. Well, I've read 13 questions today, and now my screen's going dark. I give up. All right. But I will fix this, and I'm going to be on Celtic Tarot Sheila's channel in about half an hour or so at 2 o'clock. Half hour, yeah. And she's asked me to think on a question, because she likes to ask kind of a philosophical question of the people on with her. And the question she asked was, and I don't know, maybe you've got some ideas, because the question was, if there were no limits, what would you do? I think that was it. It was something like that. Let me double check. So I'm going to pull up my email. Here it is. What would you do in your life if you knew there were no limits? If there were no limits, I'm thinking I would educate everyone. I would get everyone. I would get people reading more. I would get people educated more. I would find ways to get people more interested in get their curiosity going, get them learning in easy ways or whatever, but just broadening everybody's mind, educating as many people as possible. So 3 o'clock Eastern time, Ed. Lo, cure our world of evil intent and equality for all. Oh, but how? How would you cure the world of evil intent? That's... Enjoy life. I would declare everyone is the same human. Sydney's saying I would take suffering away from people. Knowledge is power, yeah. And I agree, Book Bewitched. Curiosity, education, cure illness. True. True. So, all right. Well, thank you for your suggestions and for helping me. Thank you for being here. And I'll be back tomorrow because I'm here every single day. All right. And hang in there. And so I'm glad I made it for a hot minute. Yep. I'll be over Celtic Tarot Sheila. Just do a search. Celtic Tarot Sheila. Her Friday show is called The Remote View, and I shall be co-hosting today, which I don't think involves much more than reading and saying hello, but I'll be there. So thank you for, and don't forget to take your drinks with you. And if you were here, I'd be happy to make you drinks or get you drinks. Or anyway, it's Friday, so hang in there, and I'll see you later, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Thank you. There are good days ahead.